Today we are making a teddy bear cake, zero cake carving, designed for a beginner baker. I have used basic shaped cakes. It is not difficult. I am sharing the recipes so you know which tins to use and how long to bake them for. All of those will be in the description. This buttercream recipe I've been using for over a decade. There is a written blog, but also a detailed tutorial on my channel. Everything will be explained in the description, and you can create this stunning teddy bear cake with ease. Straight to the point. Let's make a start. For the body of the bear, start by following the 6-inch round flat layer vanilla sponge recipe. You will find the links in the description below this video. It will create 2 6-inch round cakes that are just under 2 inches deep. So when you do sandwich them together, you will have a lovely deep 4-inch cake. I have trimmed off the crust using a leveler, and in total I have made 4 batches of my American buttercream frosting recipe. You will find details of how to make one batch in the description. Simply times the amounts by 4. I then fill this with some buttercream. However, if you wanted to fill the centre with jam, you would do what I have just done here. Simply create a well before filling the middle with jam. For tutorial purposes, however, I am simply filling mine with a thin layer of buttercream, and then I'm just going to go over it with a knife to smooth it over. After allowing the filling to set in a fridge for a short period of time, in order to prevent bulging, I simply add my second layer of cake. Moving on to the teddy's feet. This is my flat layer vanilla sponge recipe. I have used 2 4-inch round cake tins. However, the measurements I have used are the same measurements that I used to make 12 flat layer sponge cupcakes. You will find that and a link in the description below this video. When you have baked these, they want to be baked for about 45 minutes, unlike the cupcakes that take 20. Simply trim a small amount off the bottom. This will give it more stability when you place it directly on the drum. Place it on top of the other foot just so both of them have been trimmed in exactly the same place. These are now ready to apply directly to our cake. Using a piping bag, I start by adding a very generous amount of buttercream. This will help stick it directly to the cake, but we also need to fill in those gaps with some more buttercream just so that it has more stability. I do this using a piping bag. Simply add the other foot the same way we added the first one, and where we piped that buttercream to give it extra support, you then want to smooth that out over both of the legs, and it should look something just like this. The main colour I am using today is Chestnut by Sugar Flare. However, I've only taken a small amount of my buttercream to place it in a bowl. I like to do a little bit at a time until we need a big batch all of the same colour. We still have the head to do, remember, and I don't want to be filling that with brown buttercream. All you're going to do now is crumb coat. This is where you add a thin amount of your coloured buttercream. Remember, I haven't coloured it all, only a small amount just to do the crumb coat. Cover all of the legs and the body. I then cover it with cling film. Place it in a fridge. It's very important, the cling film, and you will see why in just a second. But it doesn't matter if your crumb coating is not neat. Remember, we're covering this with fur, and the reason you are using a brown crumb coat rather than a white is so that if you miss anything on the actual teddy, when you do pipe the fur, you aren't going to see the white underneath because all of the colours are going to be the same. This cake has been chilled overnight, and this is how you easily place it onto a fondant covered cake drum. The cling film is acting as a barrier between you and the buttercream. It's come away from the baking paper with ease. I placed a small amount of buttercream on top of the fondant to give it something to stick to. But now you're able to simply peel away the cling film. You need to do this whilst it's still chilled, and it will come away with ease. This is what I love about making things simple and easy for a beginner. Internal supports for the head. Start by placing a 4-inch round cake drum. In my case, I'm using the tin that I have baked with, and simply draw a line on top of the buttercream. Here I am using a cake support pin, or you can use a regular dowel. You want to push this directly into the cake and take note of the number at the top where the cake is level with the actual pin. So as I pull it out here, you will see we are at number 5. You then simply want to flip this the other way around, and where you see we were just a notch above number 5, you want to take a crafts knife and just gently, very gently, go over the top of the food grade plastic. It will then snap. There are no splinters. It is perfectly even, and this is ready to go directly into your cake. In total, I used 4 cake pins. Remember, you can use cake dowels. For the teddy bear's head, you will need 2 6-inch round hemisphere cake tins. These are also used to make ball cakes. In order to allow them to bake flatly, I simply place mine in a 6-inch round tin. And again, the recipe I used for this was the same as the 6-inch cake. You just will have a small amount of cake batter left over. So follow the same recipe and the same timings as you did for the body of the teddy bear. For more stability, take just one of the cakes and trim a small amount off the top. You're then going to need a 4-inch round cake drum with a hole drilled directly in the middle. This is to prevent the head from coming off. I need a guide to make sure this is completely central. So start by placing this directly on top of your cake, and then I take what is called a poly dowel. Simply grab the poly dowel and push it gently into the centre and remove. This will leave you a guide. I added the cake board using some buttercream, and then you place the poly dowel and push it directly into the centre. I did check the height of this first. Yours will need to be cut down to height. I have added more buttercream to the cake board. Using the hole that we have already added as a guide, simply gently push this down directly onto the teddy bear. The dowel does not need to be as deep as all of the head, because that buttercream is going to support the next layer. I then simply add a layer of buttercream just like we did with the body of the cake and smooth this over. Add your final layer of cake and fill in any gaps, and then simply crumb coat, just like you did with the body. It does help if you add cling film again, because once the cling film is on and you have allowed the buttercream to set just a little bit, you can actually smooth it out more with your hands, because you're only touching the buttercream and the heat from your hands will help smooth it out more. Moving on to the arms, I used exactly 100 gram of fondant per arm, so you're going to need 200 grams in total. If you weigh this out on some scales, it can help make each arm perfectly even. Now, you could use Rice Krispie treats if you wanted to. This is only a fondant accent that can easily be removed, and we've got a 2-tiered cake here. All cake, no cake carving. I'm now going to show you how to add those last finishing touches before we get on to the most important part, piping that stunning buttercream fur. For the mouth, simply take a small piece of fondant and you want to model this into a love heart shape. I just push this down onto my surface and I just use my fingers to create this. It's a very simple technique, but you don't need to overcomplicate things. To add detail to the mouth, I use a basic round cutter. This helps get the perfect shaped smiley face. I then use a cocktail stick to add a few more indentations, so one straight down the centre and one at either end of the smiley face. This just helps bring the character to life. Finally, you want to place 3 indentations directly in there using your cocktail stick until it looks just like this. I have added a small amount of fresh buttercream that has obviously not crusted directly to the cake to act as a glue. You simply place on the fondant accents, and then using those dots we secure it into place. We don't push the cocktail sticks all the way through. These are going to be pulled out at some point once the cake is completely set, but this will just hold it in place until the buttercream, acting as a glue, has actually set, because he will be stored in a fridge. For the feet and arms, just cut out a simple round shape, and again for the ears, a simple round shape with the base cut off. However, this piece is an awful lot thicker to help support it. Again, fresh buttercream. Finally, to attach the nose, I placed some edible glue directly onto the fondant, and I just shaped some pink fondant into the form of a love heart, just like we did for the main part of the mouth with my hand. So to pipe the fur, I'm using piping nozzle number 233. It looks just like this. It's a basic grass nozzle. And remember what I said right at the beginning. You're going to need 4 batches of the buttercream recipe mentioned. And I just coloured the rest of the buttercream in that lovely chestnut colour. With the piping bag half full, start to squeeze. And as you gently pull away from the cake, keeping that squeezing consistent, you just stop squeezing when you're happy with the length of fur. I start by doing a line straight in the middle of the teddy bear's head. I find if you really take your time and think about where the fur is going, it looks very, very neat. You don't have to be an expert. A beginner can do this. It's very difficult to go wrong when you're piping fur. I simply cover all of the head first, but I have left the back for now. You then want to start on the body. You can see that I'm working in lines again. It helps keep both sides of the teddy bear symmetrical. By leaving the back, you shouldn't run out of buttercream, but if you did and needed to make some more, you don't necessarily have to worry about the tone of the buttercream being completely identical, because it will be on the back of your teddy bear. So you want to pipe all of the front first. Again, gently squeezing the piping bag, pulling away whilst I'm squeezing, and then when I'm happy with the length of fur, simply stop the pressure on the bag and you end up with this lovely grass. I continue to cover the body and then move on to the ears. Now, to keep the ears neat, you want to go around the front rim first, just like I am doing here. You would simply repeat this on the other ear, but I do want that lighter chestnut colour that we've used of fondant to be seen as well, which is why you only want to go around the rim. Once you have done that, simply go around the outer edge just to finish off the ear. They really are that easy, but look how beautiful it's already looking. Simply repeat all of that process all over the back of your teddy bear cake. For the eyes, all you need to do is add 2 balls of black fondant. Now, it can help when you're rolling these out if you actually weigh the fondant out so the balls are exactly the same size. So off camera, all I did was then choose to add 2 very small balls of white directly to the right top hand side of each eye. It just makes it look a bit more realistic. But how cute and how easy was he to achieve? Now, yes, there is a lot of piping work, so it does require some time in regards to the piping. But everything is perfect. If you are new to baking, you can still achieve something like this. I would just highly advise following the recipes that I have left in the description. Happy baking, everyone. I really do hope I've helped you again today, and I'll be back soon.